Yeah. Morning, everyone. Hope you've had a great week. Hope you're all wrapped up warm. Morning, my baby. Oh, big boy Raphael. It's hard to imagine that you're out in the sun and we're in the snow. Anyway, before we start, I'm going to put a bubble of white light of protection around us individually and around us as the family soul group that we actually really are. And just before I start, I want to just talk about something, a small, tiny little problem that probably affects all of us and causes resentments, causes arguments. And that little problem is who does what chores, right? Everyone's got their chores and their partner or whoever has got their chores. And I think that we probably spend a lot of time thinking that we do all the chores and they don't do their chores as good as what we do and stuff like that, right? But while we're remembering all that stuff, it's easy to forget all the other things that our partners do actually do, right? On a daily basis. And then when you're keeping track of that, they're doing that or they ain't doing it so good, your mind becomes cluttered with absolute rubbish, right? So why just not change your mindset about it, right? When you're doing a job that's not actually yours, you are doing your part in making someone else's life that little bit easier, that little bit more pleasurable, and doing something that will undoubtedly give them loads of pleasure, right? Especially if it's a job that they don't do properly in your eyes. Well, I can do it better. Well, why don't you get on and do it better then? Instead of making it a chore, make it that it's a gift that you're giving your partner so they can have a little bit more time to their own selves, right? And it changes an irritation into a loving act. And that loving act will automatically give you more loving reactions back. So you might sort of get it in your head, oh, look, this is opening the door to them taking liberties with me and all that, really. But is it really that important that you take the dustbin out more than your wife does or your partner does? And all it does is it frees you up with more time and energy for truly important things in your life. And it's my mum used to say to me, like, you've got a job to do. Now you can either grizzle and moan about it and do it grizzly and moany, or you can just smile and get on with it, because you've got to do it either way. So it's like an attitude that you get in your mind of, it's not fair. And I just think loads of arguments happen over this, and it's just sort of like such a silly little thing, because really, like, when you've put the dustbins out or whatever the job is, it might have taken you 2 minutes out of your life, and that 2 minutes is important that you have your head's good around it, rather than your head's moaning and then moaning for the rest of the day because someone ain't done what you wanted them to do. So all my stuff is just food for thought. I'm not an expert on anything at all that we do, so it's just food for thought. Right, now shall we get on to the important part, and we'll start our meditation today. So nice and relaxed, get yourself comfortable in your chair. 3 deep breaths before we start. And off we go on our journey. We're walking up our beautiful wooded path. It's a snowy day on our wooded path today, but we've got all the right clothes on so that the cold doesn't actually affect us. We walk up the road and we notice the smells of the flowers, the pine leaves, the noise of the beautiful rustle of wind through the leaves. And there's appreciation in our gait today, because we really do appreciate all the free gifts of our life that we get from nature and just from being alive, actually. So we carry on up our path. We say morning to the bunnies and the butterflies and the bees and the birds in the trees singing their sweet songs for us, another thing that's free for us. And we come up to our famous grey dustbin. This is the dustbin that we use to get shot of all our minor worries, our irritations of the week. our stuff where we beat ourselves up because we haven't done something as good as what we know that we can do, or when you feel that you've let yourself down for, or someone's irritated you, someone ain't put the dustbins out. All that type of stuff. It's just everyday living stuff, but if we don't actually get rid of it on a weekly or even a daily basis, it accumulates. So just put all of those worries, all of those fears, I know it's a scary time with what's going on out there now, but just put all of your fears and worries into that dustbins. We let the angels take our worries and all our negative stuff, and they transmute that into positive energy. So in fact, it actually does have its own role in our life as well, funnily enough. Put your stuff in the dustbin and put that lid on dead tight, and we'll carry on with our journey. In our mind, we're thinking, oh, I wonder what we're going to do today. And I feel that there's a lovely feeling of anticipation in our work that we do. And we carry on up our path, taking deep breaths in, getting that beautiful fresh air that comes so freely to us. And as we wend up the road, we're going to surreptitiously look at our brown dustbin where we put all our secret stuff that we don't like to admit that we've got. We're not going to visit it on a weekly basis like we do our grey one, but it's there. Anytime you need it, you can come and put your stuff in that brown dustbin anytime you like, and as much as you like, because the angels have got endless capacity for love and forgiveness. And like I say, they transmute all that negative stuff into positive energy. And we turn to our last bend, where in front of our eyes is our beautiful, magnificent tree, the tree of life, the tree that allows us to enter it and use it to amplify our work. And as we go in our secret little doorway, we give each other a physical group hug. And we love each other and we cherish each other. Even though loads of us don't even know each other, we are still at one. And now we're going to go down through the roots of the trees, down into the thing where we come to our crystal cave. Right? Drop roots from the bottom of your feet and let them curl around your favourite crystal that you can see there. And then with all the love in the world that we can possibly muster, we're going to open our heart chakra and we're going to send every bit of loving and caring and healing and forgiveness to absolutely everyone and everything on the earth. There's no judgment, there's no prejudice, it's just pure unadulterated love coming to everyone. And don't hesitate that you've still got to give love to the tyrants and the despots and the abusers, because they're the ones that are actually far more damaged than all of us lot, got to tell you. And they need our love and forgiveness, because it's them that we need to raise their vibrations to come up with us. Because, you know, it's okay doing it for yourself, but we need everyone to come up and be with us, because we are all one. We're only one family. All the world, one family. So now I'm going to let you do your work. It's going to go through the roots of the tree, through the earth, everywhere in the whole world. It's going to go up through the branches and out through the leaves, and it's going to go into the atmosphere of the world and completely cover the world in all our love. And then lastly, the bowls, their vibration goes through the water of the earth and all the waters of the earth, and we all join up, and it's just to show us we are, whether we're animate or inanimate, we are all one. So enjoy your meditation, and I shall leave you doing exactly that. of our feet, unfurl them out of your crystal that you've had them wrapped round. And we walk back up through the roots. Our hands brush by all the crystals that are in the walls of this room. And we draw all the energy that we need from those crystals as we exit. And we found ourselves back up into the central part of the trunk where we all meet. We congratulate each other on the work that we're doing and give each other a loving hug in appreciation of the family that we are. We thank the tree, and the tree thanks us, for we are part and parcel of the same thing. And we come out of our tree. There's a sense of satisfaction with every single one of us of the work that we've just done. We know that we're doing the right work. And there's a sense of unity and completeness about us that we never had before. And we'll come back down our path. Always a surreptitious look at that brown dustbin. I don't know why it's a surreptitious look, but it always is. And we're very grateful for Spirit to show us that's how easy it is to get rid of all our rubbish. And we carry on down the path. There's a beautiful gentle breeze out there today, and it's almost like them leaves in them trees have make a music of their own. And we come past the grey dustbins, the grey dustbin that holds all our worries and our fears. And we're so grateful that we've got such an easy tool to lift our burdens off us so easily. And as we come back down, we're noticing the bunnies and the bees and the butterflies and the birds. All the ants and the insects and the fish. Every single thing in the world gets our love. And we carry on back down our path till we find ourselves sitting in the chair that you started our journey off with. 3 deep breaths. And bring yourself back to the here and now. Back to the reality of a cold, snowy day. But really, we've all got sunshine in our hearts after what we've done today. So again, well done all of you. Well done all of you, because the work that you're doing, whether you can feel it or not, is fantastic. And we join a multitude of people that are also doing the same as what we're doing. And we're grateful that we've even got the ability to do this. So thank you very much. Anyway, cards for today. I've got quite a couple of weird ones turned up this morning. Soul's Journey, James Van Prague. His card that I pulled was the grief card, right? But I actually don't think it's a personal grief. I just think it's a grief for our way of life, because even though it's going to be different, it's never going to be the same again either. And there will always be that little sense of loss, but what you don't realise is it's going to be better, alright? You're grieving for old stuff which is going to be gone, all them old selfish things that the whole world has got into, and we are going to become one family out there. Might take a bit of time, but it is what's going to happen. And the second one is the Druid Craft Tarot deck. And the card that I pulled from that this morning was the Hermit. the Hermit and that, they all represent our guides. Our guides are there to give us guidance. That's why they're called guides. But I want you, every one of you, to get in the habit of talking on communicating with your guides. Whether it's just up here or actually out loud, but it's just letting them know what you need help with, what you need a little bit of guidance for the direction that you want to go in, right? So it's just getting that communication going, and you can ask anything that you like. It's not like asking someone on the earth plane where you might think, oh, I've took liberties of what I'm asking for. You can ask absolutely anything. I want you to get your guides as your friends, as your best friends, or one of your best friends, so that you can always rely on and you can count on getting the guidance that you need, as long as you've got a little bit of quiet time where you can actually listen to your guidance. So it's just a thought for you today. Right, so thank you all of our beautiful nurses and doctors and carers and cleaners and shop workers and dustmen and postmen, absolutely anyone that you can think of that gives out there. It doesn't actually have to even be a job, it's just giving from the heart, giving to someone that even if you don't know, it's just giving and loving givingly as well. Right, so let's get ready now. Shut all your energy centers down, your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar, your sacral, and your root chakra. Just wear them down rather like a flower that can just come open anytime when you need it, not close them. Just shut them energy centers down. So get your big coat on, get your book big hood up so that you feel really safe and protected wherever you go. But the minute that you're out there, open that heart chakra right up and give absolutely anyone that crosses your path, or even if it's in your mind, just give anyone and everyone all the loving and caring that you've got to give out there to the world. And I know that you give that so freely that I'm so proud of everything and everyone that we do this with. So thank you very much. I always like that quote from Mother Teresa: spread love wherever you go. Let no one come to you without leaving the happier for meeting you. I got to tell you, I just think it's the best thing in the world. If you make even one person happy for meeting you, you've done a fantastic job. And that person, that little bit of show of affection or love that you're giving them, it might be the only love and affection that they ever get. So don't ever think that you're not important in what you're giving out there, because you certainly are, right? And I love the other quote that I found last week: wish it, dream it, and do it. But don't forget, ultimately, your health is your wealth. Let that be your guiding thought when you're going out into the wild world out there. Your health is your wealth. So only put yourself into situations where you feel safe. And the minute that you feel wobbly about where you are, walk away. Trust what you get inside. If it don't feel good, it generally isn't. So just pay attention to yourself and walk away from situations that you think might make you be in danger. So thank you for coming again this week. I have a fantastic time doing these meditations, I've got to tell you. But stay safe out there. Look out for each other and look after each other. And if you know anyone that's flailing out there and just needs a bit of help, even if you're not with them, you just send as much love as you can to them. And I've got to tell you, they will feel it. Right, so thanks very much for coming again. Bye-bye, my big boy Raphael. And bye-bye to my cousin Lisa out in America, who's been struggling and she's coming out the other side of it now. So we're all proud of you, Lisa, for doing what you're doing. So, you know, I put a record of these on YouTube under Eileens Crystal Singing Bowl Meditations. Should you want to come back and look at old ones or just ones that you like a lot of. If you could share these videos, I'll be very grateful if you can, because I do know that they help people. And just before I go, people keep writing me, oh, I don't want to, I'm not going to watch your meditations anymore because they make me go asleep. Well, if they make you go asleep, well done, because that means that you're relaxed, and the bowls will be doing their work while you're asleep. So don't worry, if these meditations relax you, it's part of my work, and I feel it's a job well done with that. So hopefully see you here same time next week, 12 o'clock noonish. Just before I go, I've got a friend Dee Smith, who's going to do her first live tonight at 7 o'clock. So please try and tune in to her if you can. Love you all. Take care of each other, and look out for each other. Bye.